Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fan game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go, set, 60 Pittsburgh. Watch the eye. Go.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Watch the run. Go. Watch the run. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason over the middle. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Let's go now. 30 base. Choose the mic. Go on, D. Hey, seam 6. Bam. Choose the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Shit. Watch it up.
On first and 10, Eason. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Past the 20. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive. Starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked him, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On third and goal, Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. underway. The opening touchdown, so now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Eason. And he slings one that's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Eason. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season.
On the set. Hard. Let's set a tone, fella. Check 13. Hey, Delta. Go on. Watch the curl. Watch the safety curl.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 36, Trubisky. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender. Right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Eason. And he rifles one incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, let's get there. Check. 55 to Mike. Check.
From the gun, Eason. The open man is Smith. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 1st down, Eason. He'll dump this off to Cook. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he's got his man on the out route. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. 6-6, pull it high. Hey, Echo.
Operating from the gun, Eason, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Eason. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
60 Pittsburgh. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Kill. Sponge. No. 61, matchbox lights. Check. Crunch. Hey, lock it. Tighten up. Chance. Recon, 132 fighter. 36. Ready.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Eason. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
We play to win. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Down.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Leonard Floyd in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Zoo.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 21-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
To throw on second down. Eason throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. Back to throw. Eason. And Diggs has it. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready? 90, Wolf. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hit it.
From the gun, Eason. It's complete to Diggs. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
It's our time. Hey, switch gear. Hey, box drop. Look, squeeze. Fight.
On 4th down, Eason. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Rock it.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
First down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Off the play fake, Eason. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Eddie Goldman with a sack. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
55, my guy, 55. 6 minutes. Look at me. Door.
From the gun, Eason. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
Check. Fresno. Hey, Charlie. You're out.
Got a man wide open, complete, and unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Hey, ball. Hey, orbit.
Now Trubisky on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, exit.
Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Open man is Ross, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Again, it's Cook. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, Mike 57. I'm coming. Hey, Alpha. 57. Mike 57. I'm trying to collect. Shoot.
They're going to try and throw. Try to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Go, go, go. Alert, 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 alert. Go, go.
Now it's Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Trubisky now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Ran, go. Hey, Delta. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Okay, alert. Kill, turn up. Ran, go.
Trubisky to throw again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bears' 40-yard line.
Go! 30 base. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check 50. Smooth. Check 50. Fair. 5.
Operating from the gun. Eason.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check. I got it.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Hey, high 7. 47's the mic.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Going up top for Miller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Off-play action. Eason rolling to his right. And that's caught inside the 35. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Eason. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. $12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a carry for P. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Hey, Wahoo! 52. Yep. Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Hey, Mike 52. To go.
Back to throw. Eason. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Leonard Floyd, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, Haywood. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
To throw on 3rd down. Eason. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
No. Off. Hey, Foxtrot. Watch 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. You ain't got nothing.
On 4th down, Eason. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. To throw again on second down. Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now Trubisky to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards into Chicago, first down. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. He sets to fire deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. On fourth down, Eason, he's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Wide open receiver complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Use the mic. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Pick the edge, pick the edge.
Go, go. Set, go.
Throwing on first down. Eason. They'll get this off to Jamal Williams. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
52's the mic.
Go, go.
Yeah. Mike 52.
Now.
Hey, watch the ball.
Look at me. Door. Shoot.
2nd and 5. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33.
Ready?
Watch Mike.
Hey, seam 6.
Defense, let's go. Mike 52.
To throw on second down. Eason. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They try again with Cohen. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Chicago, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.